I finished the fretting, but let me tell you all the ways that I fucked it up. The TLDR is I thought the placement of the frets was going to be the hard part and the seating of the frets was going to be easy, and it was exactly backwards. The placement of the frets was pretty easy. The seating is where I screwed it up. So first off, how did I get the frets in what I think is the right place? I won't know if they're really in the right place until I string it, but why do I think they're in the right place? Well, because I cheated. So if you go to this website, cbgiddy.com, you can buy these little template pages. They're like $8, and it shows you like where exactly you want to draw your frets for the different scale length. So I bought two. This one is for small scale stuff, ukuleles and mandolin size. This one is for dulcimer and strumstick kind of size. So my system was pretty straightforward. I used these binder clips to clip the template to the sheet of plywood. Then I use these glue clips, vice grips, whatever you call them, to hold the neck down on top of the page so that nothing's going to be moving around on me. And then let me show you the system. I'll go for this fret, which was one that I didn't cut because I did this one diatonic. But you line the wood block up, just a piece of scrap wood, to the fret. Then I took this like 100-year-old speed square that I have for some reason, line it up on the wood block, then take the wood block away, then just took the handsaw, lined it up with the wood block, and cut. All of that was what I had planned out for a way to get the grid that's drawn out on the actual template page onto my fretboard. I thought that was going to be the hard part. That turned out to go pretty smooth and easy. Here's where it got goofed up. All my problems stemmed from the fact that I didn't just buy fret wire. So I was trying to use all junk to make these, right? So the ukulele is using toothpicks as frets, just regular old toothpicks. And the strumstick has got these wire frets. The wire is leftover little stakes that I have from the fencing for a chicken run. So I have all these little wire pins, and I just cut them up to make these frets. The problem is the toothpicks and the wire are completely round, and fret wire is not completely round. It's kind of got the profile shape of like a mushroom or maybe an upside down teardrop. So let me show you what it actually looks like. So this dulcimer, you can see it pretty well. See, it's got like a little flat fin, they call it a tang, that goes down into the fretboard. And then the wire that sits on top is the actual round thing. So it's got kind of like a little mushroom shape. If you look at a guitar or ukulele, it uses the same wire, but they usually put some sort of like plastic or something along the edge so that you can't see the tang where it dips down in. If I had actually done it the right way, so if this is my fretboard, and here's the notch that I cut out, and I put in the fret wire, it would sit like this. And then I'd have like a good functioning fret in that groove. But the way I did it, my frets are basically just sitting like that. They're just kind of sitting inside the groove, and then I just slobbered as much super glue as I could in the pocket. So all those weird stains around the frets, that's all from the Gorilla Glue. So I used Gorilla Glue, but I think like most people have experienced with that, no, Gorilla Glue only really works if you have a lot of surface that's in contact between the two things that you're trying to glue together. So you could go through with a screwdriver and I think by hand probably pop off every single one of those frets pretty easily. I don't think they're going to stay very long. I don't think they're going to stick. I think over time, just from playing it and sliding fingers up and down on them and slapping them with the string, they're going to start popping off. But now I've learned my lesson, which is I just need to buy the fret wire. Then this wouldn't be a problem, right? So what I'm already picking up on is it's worth it to spend a little bit of money on the critical elements, by which I mean the frets, the strings, and the tuners. Just because if you skimp on those, it's a less playable instrument. You can maybe make them out of like cheap fun junk, but then you're making them more kitsch than you are making them playable. And I'm trying to make them kitschy, but also playable. But the good news is you can get like a set of tuners for like $6, $7, $8. You know, strings you probably got a ton lying around, but even if you didn't, they're $10. And then the fret wire, I was looking at it online, and it's like between $3 to $7 a foot for fret wire. I don't know how many instruments 1 foot of fret wire like works out to be, but I think like relatively ballparking, if you just splurge on the tuners, the frets, and the strings, you're talking like $20 maybe per instrument, and the rest of it you can just make out of junk and trash and stuff that people are throwing out. It's trying to find that balance, because I want these things to be playable. I don't want them just to be toys or wall decorations, you know what I mean? So